Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, the Unconventional Attorney. Today, I want to talk about whether or not you should be talking about the coronavirus in your law firm content. Before we get to that though, I want to remind you, as always, if you are not subscribed to the world's greatest newsletter of all time, then you need to go subscribe. If you go to unconventionalnewsletter.com, you can sign up for free. Every Sunday, I will send you some goodness and teach you a little something that I don't talk about here or anywhere else. I share a lot of stuff in there that I don't share here. Things that are more fun to write than to talk about, quite frankly. But let's talk about the coronavirus because everybody else is. And I've seen some different things out there from people about marketers being bad people because they're talking about the coronavirus and sort of leveraging the coronavirus to get new clients. And I want to talk about it because I think sometimes it can be bad and sometimes it can be good. The answer is, as always, and as an attorney, you know this. The answer is maybe, and/or it depends. But what the answer really boils down to is answering this question: is what I'm going to be talking about in the context of the coronavirus good for the client? Is a potential client or whoever is going to be watching this video is working that in going to get them to do something that they need to do? Is it going to give them some information that they need to have? And is it going to help them out in any way? I will tell you, when you think about this, that it can be very, very helpful to work the coronavirus in because that's what everybody's talking about. So if you have a video that has or mentions or alludes to the coronavirus in it, people are probably going to pay attention, particularly people that are interested in what you're doing. So for example, this video in and of itself, right? Should you be talking about the coronavirus in your law firm content? If you are a law firm owner, this video probably piqued your interest because you're wondering, right? You're wondering what you should be doing right now. I did a video a couple of days ago about estate planning and the coronavirus. I didn't even word it like that. I actually didn't put coronavirus in the title, but I did talk about the coronavirus and the need for estate planning and why it's so important. And I used sort of what happens when people contract the virus and it gets bad as an example of why they should act sooner rather than later, because people just don't know. And if you get sick, it's too late. It's basically the gist of it. But I haven't really made any other videos about the coronavirus since then when it comes to my estate planning in my probate firm, just because it doesn't really work in necessarily. People already are thinking about this often because it's top of mind, and estate planning is a natural thing that flows from like being sick and dying. So you don't have to beat a dead horse. You can sort of just do it. But for example, Dale's on here. Dale does criminal defense. I would most definitely do a video about, have you been charged with a DUI and what happens next for the court process in lieu of the coronavirus. Things that you might want to do now that the coronavirus is here. In the meantime, do you need to go to court? Do you not? I would do something like that. And if I was Dale, I would probably make a video for each of the different things that I was doing. So I'd make a DUI one. I probably would make like a maybe like a marijuana one, because I know that they still do that where he's at a little bit. I would make some of those videos and talk about the practice in the context of the coronavirus right now, because it actually makes a difference. And if that's the case in your neck of the woods, and it will for most of you, if you're doing bankruptcy, can you even file a bankruptcy right now? Like, what are you supposed to do if you're out of money and you're in this time? Immigration, same thing. Businesses, you can talk about this a lot. And by the way, when it comes to business, you won't necessarily be able to help here, but this comes down to just being informative, getting people into your world, getting them to trust you. There's like all this SBA stuff coming out. I would talk a lot about how to work around this system. I would give business owners ideas for things that they can do legally to reduce some of their obligations and maybe push some of those obligations out, and what they might need to do if they're thinking about furloughing or firing employees, right? If you're in that line of work, you can give people real helpful information so they can make good decisions that will, take care of their employees, but also protect their business. So there are tremendous opportunities to talk about the coronavirus in terms of your content. And if you are not making content, you're stupid. quite frankly. You're dumb, and you are doing a disservice to yourself and your business and your clients and everyone. You should be making content just like this all the time. And by not doing it, you are missing out on a tremendous opportunity. I can tell you, since this all started, my office is 1 mile from the epicenter of this virus in the United States. Right, Kirkland, Washington is where the first, I think, case was. It's definitely where the first death was. That place is a mile from my house, and I'm busier than I've ever been. I'm as busy as I've been. My potential client meetings are down a little bit in the last week, only because school's closed and people are nuts. But the money is still coming in. People are still coming and hiring me, and a lot of them are finding me through my videos. So please take this time while you're sitting at home and doing nothing. Create some content. Get started on this process. If you're in the sanctuary, you already have the step-by-step sort of framework and instructions. You really have the whole thing. You have all the instructions to create this video and then put it out all over the place, which is what you should be doing. And just get in the habit of doing that over and over and over again while you're sitting around doing nothing. Okay? Turn off Netflix and get to work. What's up, Josh? You are welcome for the video. All right? So that's it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you know someone that needs to hear this, please share it with them. If you, if you're someplace you can subscribe and you want to subscribe, do that. And if you are not subscribed to the world's greatest law firm owner newsletter of all time, go to unconventionalnewsletter.com. Every week, I'll send you a little nugget, something that you can use in your business. And, it's free. So why wouldn't you be on the list, That's it. I'm Christopher Small. I am the Unconventional Attorney. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you. And I will talk to you again soon. See ya.